You guys, Hailey Bieber just dropped a medical bomb about Justin that none of us had on our bingo cards, and I am not even kidding. In one breath, she called his latest flare-ups scarier than anything we handled last year. And the internet instantly lost its collective mind. We're talking vertigo attacks, blackout headaches, the whole 9 yards. Basically the stuff that turns a backstage wobble into a full-blown trending crisis. And here's where it gets super suspect. Those cryptic Instagram edits, the late-night loyalty rants, the awkward Vogue shout-out that Justin posted and then reposted after backlash, every clue suddenly lines up once you hear the diagnosis Hailey just hinted at. So buckle up, because the tea is piping. How did one offhand comment from Mrs. Bieber ignite an avalanche of concern? And what does this mean for Justin's music, marriage, and millions? Let's rewind to the exact moment she cracked the silence. When Hailey's glossy summer cover interview with Vogue dropped 3 weeks ago, the headline was all about finding her bliss. But buried in the chit-chat was a throwaway line that stopped hardcore believers in their tracks. Chatting about postpartum chaos and marriage pressure, she sighed, "Justin's new Balance episodes? Way tougher than last year's stuff. Balance episodes? Girl, what?" Within hours, #PrayForJB vaulted to the top of TikTok's Discover page, and that was even before fans noticed she'd quietly scrubbed the word therapy from her own bikini pic caption later that week. The plot thickened on Hailey's group chat favorite, the News Tracker podcast, where an insider swore the couple has installed railings all over their Beverly Hills staircase because Justin loses his footing without warning. Add that to eyewitness drama from SZA's SoFi Stadium show, stage crew swore Justin looked like a ghost and nearly collapsed backstage, and the vibes were officially off. Hailey's Vogue confession, tiny as it was, felt like the first on-record nod that something neurological is brewing behind those mansion gates. Then came the apology post. Justin tried to celebrate Hailey's cover by joking that he'd once told her she would never land Vogue, but the caption devolved into a ramble about feeling unworthy and having nothing to prove, before he hastily replaced it with heart-eye emojis. Girlies, everyone reading between the lines saw a husband wrestling with more than just social media backlash. They saw a guy whose grip on reality keeps slipping, literally. Hailey's camp insists she broke her silence only to curb wild rumors about divorce, yet PR insiders whisper she's actually soft-launching the story so that if Justin cancels another tour or winds up in vestibular rehab instead of the studio, we won't be blindsided. Whatever the motive, the effect is the same. One casual quote has opened the floodgates, and now every dizzy spell, every blurry paparazzi shot, every midnight ketamine Google screenshot looks like a symptom of something way bigger. But if that single sentence caused this much chaos, imagine what happens when the full diagnosis drops. Guys, rewind to early 2020, when Justin shocked everyone by revealing that the mystery fevers and brain fog he'd fought for months were actually Lyme disease. Treatment helped the rash and fatigue, but it left behind crushing anxiety and the kind of joint pain that can ice a stadium tour overnight. 12 months later, right when fans thought he was clawing back momentum, Justin went live on Instagram with half his face frozen. The diagnosis, Ramsay Hunt syndrome, meant the same virus that causes shingles had attacked his facial and vestibular nerves, scrambling everything from blinking to balance. He tried to power through the Justice World Tour, but by spring 2023, the vertigo spells were so savage that entire dates had to be scrapped. The public saw canceled arenas and a patchy eye mask phase. Insiders saw a pop star staggering between steroid shots and antiviral infusions, sometimes needing a trainer just to walk a straight line backstage. Video leaked of him rehearsing choreography while clutching a rail, and a neurologist quoted in the press called it cranial nerve roulette. By late 2024, the medical team thought they'd stabilized the paralysis. Then Hailey's Vogue quote dropped, confirming new flare-ups and sending the fandom into DEFCON 1. Guys, every time Justin seems to catch his breath, a fresh symptom yanks him right back under. And as you're about to see, this latest twist is the nastiest yet. So, what exactly is turning those old Ramsay Hunt aftershocks into Hailey's harder-than-last-year nightmare? Multiple insiders, studio engineers, tour medics, even a family friend, say doctors are now treating Justin for chronic vestibular neuropathy. Translation: the nerve that controls balance keeps glitching, creating sudden vertigo, blackout headaches, and drop attacks that feel like the floor tilts out from under him. Medical journals back it up, linking Ramsay Hunt flare-ups to long-term vestibular nerve damage, especially when the virus chews through the inner ear pathways. Evidence? Start with that wild SZA cameo at SoFi 3 weeks ago. Fans loved the duet, but stage crew swear Justin went sheet white the second the lights cut and had to be walked off with eyes shut, muttering he couldn't feel his feet. Paparazzi shots later caught Hailey half carrying him to the Sprinter van. Add the rumor that their Beverly Hills staircase is now lined with padded rails, plus Hailey booking him into balance therapy sessions 3 mornings a week, and the picture forms fast. Chronic vestibular neuropathy doesn't just make you dizzy, it messes with spatial awareness, mood regulation, and even short-term memory. 1 minute you're laughing with baby Jack, the next you're lurching into a wall and spiraling because the room won't stop spinning. No wonder Justin's social media filter has melted. And guys, if you think the physical symptoms sound brutal, the mental crash landings are sending even louder alarms. Enter Instagram, Justin's unfiltered diary at 3 a.m. First came the black and white selfie on Father's Day, scrawled with, "Worry about yourself." Then the post calling loyalty manipulative language and comparing it to mafia mind control. Within hours, he doubled down in stories. If love needs proof, it's not love, punctuated by a shaky photo of an IV drip. The comment section exploded, half the followers begging him to log off. The other half convinced he was throwing shade at Hailey. A week later, he screenshotted a ChatGPT answer about using ketamine to manage emotions and slapped it on his feed. Guys, ketamine therapy can be legit when supervised, but fans saw the screenshot, remembered the Hollywood party scandals, and collectively screamed. Celebrity bloggers from Perez Hilton to Cosmopolitan called it one step from Britney-level crisis, and the hashtag #MonSaveBieber trended for 2 straight days. The pattern is bleak: rapid-fire posts, long captions about feeling unworthy, deleted apologies, then more posts insisting everything's fine. Mental health experts on TikTok point out that chronic vestibular disorders can trigger depression and derealization because your brain never feels anchored. Mix that with post-viral fatigue and a newborn screaming at 2 a.m., and the spiral writes itself. Hailey's response? She quietly edited an Instagram caption that mentioned therapy all summer, cutting the therapy part once tabloids latched on. Instead, she liked a pastor's sermon about loving someone through the storm and logged off. But the internet's receipts are forever, and each new rant only fuels talk that the Biebers are one thread away from snapping. By now, even casual fans can sense the vibe shift. The kid who once live-streamed joyrides is obsessing over mind control quotes and Bible verses about freedom. And that brings us to the question tearing their fandom in half. Does this marriage still have room to breathe? Or is it suffocating under medical charts and meltdown headlines? You guys already know Hailey and Justin's relationship has weathered stalker drama, Selena shade, and every TikTok conspiracy under the sun, but nothing rocked their foundation like baby Jack's surprise arrival in August 2024. Overnight, Hailey went from influencer CEO to round-the-clock mom, while Justin's vertigo barred him from solo night feeds. He literally couldn't pace the nursery without tipping over. Hailey's friends say she's nurturing 2 kids now, one in diapers, the other glued to a gravity therapy chair. Enter the conservatorship whispers. Legal analyst Jamie Wright told The Sun that California courts could hand Hailey full control if she proves Justin's condition endangers himself or Jack. The very word conservatorship detonated social media. Half the fandom screaming "Free Bieber," the other half pleading "Protect him before it's too late." Skeptics argue he just needs intensive therapy. Supporters fear another onstage collapse will cost him his life. Either way, the couple's every move is now dissected as evidence for or against a courtroom takeover. Finances complicate it all. Justin unloaded his entire music catalog for $200 million at the end of 2022. Smart move or panic sale, depending on who you ask. Fresh reports claim payouts to departed managers, canceled tour refunds, and mounting rehab bills have shrunk the cushion more than fans realize. If Hailey pushes for legal guardianship, she'd inherit a maze of invoices and a brand new liability, being blamed if his empire sinks. Yet walking away isn't simple either. Hailey's pastor circle believes divorce would fracture Justin's faith, and early bird prenup whispers hint at complex trust funds for Jack. So for now, she's sticking it out. Drawing boundaries, yes, but still praying over his studio sessions and setting phone limits on the days he won't leave bed. Supporters see a ride-or-die wife. Critics see an influencer trapped in caretaker mode. The split in public opinion is raw. Scroll Reddit and you'll see side-by-side screenshots. One user begging Hailey to save herself, another praising her for better or worse vows. Industry veterans warn that endless online commentary can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Remember how Britney's meltdown saga fed on itself until the gavel came down. If pressure keeps mounting, the Biebers might face the same crossroads: fight through therapy together, or let a judge referee their future. And guys, that's where we leave them for now. Balanced on a knife edge between rehab and courtroom drama, toddler toys on one side, legal briefs on the other. Next up, we'll dive into the money trail and the ever-shifting inner circle that could make or break Justin's comeback. Stay tuned, because the chessboard around him is moving faster than his dizzy spells, and one wrong play could end the game. Guys, money was supposed to be the part of Justin's life that never wobbled, but the numbers are starting to look shakier than his equilibrium. First came that headline-grabbing move to sell his entire music catalog for a reported $200 million. At the time, the spin was diversifying assets, yet insiders claim the cash went straight to plugging holes: tour refunds, lawsuit settlements, and a revolving door of specialists who do not come cheap. Major labels are now whispering that ensuring another arena run could cost more than the tour grosses, because one collapse mid-set triggers a nightmare of canceled dates and refunded tickets. It's the same reason major festivals suddenly stopped adding Bieber to their lineups this summer. The premium on his health waiver doubled after those SoFi fainting rumors. Sponsorships aren't bulletproof either. A sneaker brand quietly dropped renewal talks when paparazzi shots show Justin lighting up outside a family church service. They're aiming for wholesome weekend dad, not midnight rant energy. Meanwhile, Hailey's skincare empire keeps soaring, but that just flips public perception into he's living off her glow-up. Every zero on Rhodes' valuation adds pressure for Justin to prove he isn't the spouse draining funds on IV drips and studio sessions that never turn into hits. And if the cash flow tightens much more, those conservatorship whispers morph from gossip to gritty courtroom math: who pays, who controls, who signs when Justin's vertigo meds knock him out for 12 straight hours. If you think the balance sheet looks messy, guys, wait until you see the contact list. Scooter Braun, relationship iced last winter, allegedly over strategic differences, but mostly over Scooter pushing a tour Justin's ears couldn't survive. Former Hillsong mentor Carl Lentz, long gone. In their place, a revolving crew of biohack doctors, vibe consultants, and one controversial executive coach who made his name boosting crypto influencers. Friends who've known Justin since baby days say he's never been more isolated. Studio regulars text Hailey to make sure he actually reads contracts, because the new Entourage treats every dizzy spell like content. Even the security chief changed twice in 6 months after one guard told TMZ that certain team members tip paparazzi for in-crisis photos. The nastier the angle, the higher the price. That fuels conspiracy threads tying Justin's meltdowns to calculated leaks meant to justify a future guardianship. True or not, the vibe inside the mansion is paranoid. Group chats keep shrinking. Hailey screens every phone call, and the one person Justin still trusts, his longtime drummer, is taking family leave this fall. So, what's the actual plan to fix all this? Doctors at Cedars-Sinai reportedly built a 3-part protocol: antiviral boosters to smack down any shingles residue, vestibular rehab sessions 5 days a week, and low-dose ketamine infusions under psychiatric supervision to break the anxiety-vertigo feedback loop. Hailey handles the logistics, meal preps high-protein anti-inflammatory bowls, sets dim light alarms so Justin's brain stays synced, even schedules quiet hours where phones lock away and the only sound in the house is white noise waterfalls. Progress is jerky. Some mornings, Justin zips around the driveway on his Vespa, filming TikToks with Jack riding shotgun. Other mornings, he can't stand unsupported. The medical team calls that normal when nerves relearn balance, but fans watching through social media only see the crashes. Management wants a full blackout until rehab ends, yet Justin insists that sharing the struggle keeps him honest. As of this week, he's agreed to a compromise. No more solo posts after midnight. Every caption proofread by Hailey or a therapist. It's not ironclad, but it's a start. So, here's where we're at, guys. A superstar whose ear nerve virus morphed into chronic vestibular chaos. A wife juggling motherhood, billion-dollar brand launches, and nurse-level caretaking. Finances that hinge on whether his next single hits before the insurance bills due, and an inner circle that flips faster than a TikTok trend. Can intensive rehab, padded stair rails, and a stricter social media curfew pull Justin back to center stage? Or are we watching the prelude to music's next courtroom guardianship saga? Drop your take below. Does chronic vestibular damage doom a global tour? Or does a 31-year-old pop icon still have one more comeback tucked under that oversized hoodie? I'll be reading your comments tonight, just hopefully not at 3 a.m. when Justin usually hits post. Thanks for watching! Hit subscribe for more deep dives, because the next digital fairy tale might be unraveling as we speak.